What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Common Sense and Logic and Reason. Today I want to talk about this debate that happened between Tariq Nasheed and Jared Taylor. It was hosted by some guy named Baked Alaska, who I had never heard of, and nor did I bother to get any more information on him, since it really has nothing to do with this video, as this video is strictly on the debate. But it appears that, as best I can see, he hosts a lot of different debates between people, and I'm guessing it can get heated. And since he's in Alaska, I'm guessing that's why his name is Baked Alaska. But today I'm talking about the debate, and I'm pretty sure that most people are familiar with Tariq Nasheed. He's a self-made black person, in spite of all this systemic white supremacy, of course. And he first got his foot in the entertainment was him being a rapper. He produced a video, a record, an album. It was entitled "Wash Your Ass," which I completely agree with. But I think people should wash their asses. If you are able to wash your ass, I don't see why you shouldn't. I mean, it don't make sense to be walking around here with your ass dirty if you can wash it and you have the means to. Which is one of the very few things I agree with him on. Now, he became prominent as a dating coach, teaching men Mac lessons, how to Mac women, how to pick up women. And he's wrote several books on it. He's a lecturer. He gives lectures across the country, college campuses, of course, to white people. Now, why would these evil white devils hire him to lecture, to enrich him, which is beyond me, but they have. So he made a nice living for himself doing that. And apparently it wasn't enough, because then he ventured into the race hustling arena, in which he's constantly always crying about the white man. And that was the primary reason for this debate, is that he was debating Jared Taylor on that very issue. Now, Jared Taylor is a white nationalist, which I don't agree with that term, because I mean, a white nationalist, white being a white person, nationalist being someone who's patriotic about their country, just simply means a white person who's patriotic about their country. Well, in that regards, I'm a black nationalist, because I'm very patriotic about my country, and for good reason. Now, the white nationalists, they are a white preservation group, a white separatist. They believe in separating to preserve the white race, preserving from what? Well, it's estimated that, I believe, is the next 40 years or so, that whites will be the majority or the minority. And I'm guessing they just wish to preserve the white race. They want to create their own cities. They have their own white cities, which, hey, if that's what they want to do, then let them do it. If they create their own white cities, I would honor it. And just like I would honor any group who want to separate themselves, hey, let them go. But if white people are supposed to be the devils, and how can any black people have a problem with some devils wanting to separate themselves? If Satan, the devil, and all his demons, all his legions and cohorts, they decide they want to leave Earth, finding only a planet and only a dimension, because they don't want to be around people anymore, you think anybody's going to be upset? I don't think so, and I doubt they would have any trouble finding help packing. And if they ever need to unpack, well, they can just bring Tariq with them, because he loves unpacking. And that goes for any separatist group, any group who want to separate themselves, such as the Nation of Islam. They want to create the black nation. They want to create a black nation, let them go. And if they do, and they go create their own separate nation, I would hope they would take as many of these niggas as they can. But anyway, anyone who watched this debate, it was clearly who won. That Jared Taylor pretty much mocked the floor with Tariq, and he basically put on a clinic. And how do you deal with slick talking shysters? You let them talk. I mean, a fool, if you let them talk, they will provide the rope to hang him with, and you use that rope to hang him. And that's exactly what Jared Taylor did. I mean, you have to be blind and brainwashed to not to see that. And only those who, I mean, if you view this without the race color glasses on, without those race to the headsets, those feminists, they view this without the pussy hats on. It's clear that Jared won. Now to the debate, as I was watching it, I jot down several notes of things that I heard, and that's pretty much the whole reason for this video, is to speak on those particular issues that I jotted down. Now, the first issue is Tariq Nasheed asked the question, where can black people go where white people won't interfere? Now, this question was never answered, but if had I been a part of this debate, I could have easily answered that for him in 30 seconds. So where can black people go where white people won't interfere? Any place where black inferiority doesn't exist. Since white supremacy only exists in the minds of those infected by black inferiority, any place where black inferiority doesn't exist will be a safe bet. If you're going to be corrupted by that black inferiority complex, well, the white man's going to be a thorn in your side all your life until you overcome that. Now, the next thing I wanted to address, this whole idea that we black folks dominated the world and the white man took it. How the hell did we if we dominated this whole world, how in the world did we let white people take it from us? Either white people have to be extremely smart or blacks have to be absolutely stupid. That makes no damn sense. And the next topic I wanted to deal with is the excuse that Tariq used, is that, well, blacks dealt in this honor system. We used to be honorable, and a white man came in and used deceit to steal the whole planet. Again, that's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, you telling me that all these blacks that was on the planet, there was no dishonor, there was no deceit amongst none of them? They were all so honorable that they were so stupid to let the white man take it from him. Again, makes absolutely no damn sense whatsoever. You mean to tell me that in a process of the white man taking the whole planet, nobody saw anything? Nobody said, nobody had no, hey, wait a minute moment, nobody had a Mr. Big moment, wondering what the hell is going on. Nobody saw nothing. I know we have a no snitch policy, but come on. We just sat back and let the white man take the whole planet. And you would think at some point, maybe when the white people got to 25% of the planet, blacks would notice something, but they didn't know. They just let the white man take everything. Again, that just makes no damn sense. Now the next issue I want to discuss is this whole white people came out of the Ice Age nonsense. This is pretty much a science thing about evolution. And the thing you have to understand about evolution, it's not fact. It's a theory. There's no facts, no evidence whatsoever to prove that evolution actually happened. And I know that some people say, well, you don't understand what a theory is. I've heard that before. And yes, I do understand what a theory is. A theory is that something that people believe, but they have no evidence to support it. So they have to theorize on it, such as what Tariq Nasheed does all the time. But I'm supposed to believe that all these white people became white because of an ice age, that the human body changes that much. So if we take a bunch of black people out of Africa, I'm talking about the blackest of the blacks in Africa that you can find. I mean, they so black, even the other blacks in Africa saying, damn, they're black. And take these blacks, drop them off in Antarctica, where they get very little, some of the lowest sunlight. And in 1,000 years, 2,000 years, they're going to be blonde, blue-eyed Nordics with thin noses? I don't think so. That makes absolutely no damn sense. Now, yes, the human body adapts. We all adapt to different situations, but you telling me that human beings are going to change that much? That we're going to go from being black as dirt, black as ever to blonde blue eyes. I haven't seen any evidence whatsoever to show that the human body changes that much. And as far as they got thinner noses because, well, their noses had to get smaller because their lungs were froze because of the cold air. Wouldn't they have died before they noses could adapt over the generations? That makes no damn sense at all. Unless you believe that there was a bunch of blacks walking around Antarctica, like this here, covering their nose, so their lungs wouldn't freeze. But then if their hand was warming the air up, or they had masks warming the air up, then their lungs wouldn't have to adapt anyway. Again, just makes no damn sense. And until I see evidence of evolution, it's just going to be a theory. That's all it is. Now the next point I want to talk about is this whole white Hispanic people identify as white. What in the hell does that have to do with black people in America? How exactly is one single black person in America being held back from achieving their goals in life because some Hispanic person somewhere identify as white? It doesn't. That has absolutely no impact whatsoever upon anything in the black communities. Why it's brought up is beyond me. It's pointless. But then again, pretty much everything that Tariq Nasheed says is pointless. So go figure. The next thing I want to address is I've seen many people who gave their views on the debate, and one thing I've seen there's some people thinking it was 2 against 1. So can you say that? Can it possibly have been 2 against 1? Perhaps maybe toward the end of it, when Baked Alaska started to get more involved in it, and I'm guessing it probably because he was starting to get fed up with Tariq Nasheed's bullshit, and he was like, okay, enough of this foolishness. But by then, though, the debate was over. I mean, Jared Taylor broke a foot in his ass, off in his ass long before that point, so I don't see how that's even relevant. But yes, toward the end of the debate, you can say that it started to be getting 2 against 1. But then again, like I said, I can imagine Baked Alaska like, man, okay, enough of this foolishness. Moving on. Now, the next the next issue I want to address is that Tariq Nasheed was asked by Baked Alaska toward the end of the video to say we was kings, because black folks are noted for that saying, well, back in the day when we were kings and we was queens, as if everybody was a damn king. Everybody can't be a king. But he asked Tariq to say that. Nasheed to say it, and he like, man, I'm not saying that bullshit. Which he's well within his right. But then everything this dude says bullshit. So I mean, I don't see how he has a problem saying that bullshit with all the rest of the bullshit he says. In the last issue that I wanted to address, it wasn't part of this debate, but this is something that I've heard Tariq Nasheed say oftentimes on other videos. And when asked how was he able to do so well for himself if there's all this systemic white supremacy, well, his response is he's learned how to navigate this systematic white supremacy, this economic system developed by the white man. He's learned how to navigate it. Translation, he's learned how to conduct business in the same free economic system that everybody else operate in, Hispanics, Asians, and everybody else. And since he's a race hustler, well, he has to figure out a way to hustle and hype race into everything, because that's what the race hustlers do, which is exactly what that means. Now, again, as far as the debate go, it was clearly that Jared Taylor, just mopped the floor with Tariq Nasheed. He exposed Tariq for the fool he is. And if anyone who listened to this debate with clear ears and clear mind would see exactly why I refer to Tariq Nasheed as Tariq nigga please. You would understand exactly why I refer to him as the race hustling MacGyver. The way he was just theorizing about absolute nonsense. But anyway, y'all, that's my view. on top of all the other videos and all the other views. Everybody has entitled to their own view, and that's fine. But anyway, y'all, as always, until next time.